Hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of the Academy Sports Show right here, coming from wherever you are watching, whether it be the Facebook, either mine or Joe's, but most importantly, the YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. That way we know you're there. And most importantly, make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. I got mine. Hopefully you got yours. Let's get everybody into the chat. You are a big part of the show. We are your sports show's favorite sports show. And, man, we got a lot to get into. So once you hop in this show, make sure you say hello in the chat so that way we know we're there. And we can get this party rolling. We got Monday Night Football coming up against us. You got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not really that interested unless you got some fantasy.
Kicker. Need my kicker.
I need Jamar Chase to give me 4 points.
Oh, nice.
and I'm good. So, with the breakdown and everything that happened in the sports world today, and I don't know if your microphone is plugged in. I think you're on your computer mic. So,
really?
Hey, Mom.
Did you tell me that before?
No, I just thought of it now. Sorry, in the middle of the intro.
No, it says I'm using my microphone.
Yeah, it sounds a little far away.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It just sounds like it's the computer mic.
Well, let's
Should have did
these settings.
Sorry, should have said something earlier. I didn't pay attention.
Let's see.
It's not like me freezing in the middle of the show last week. So again, make sure you say hello when you get in the chat so we can say hi back.
Apparently,
Good.
Apparently, it says I'm good. However,
all right, well, that's what we'll roll with then.
Across
me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joel Williams.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep talking here and continue to try to talk to you and get this together. But you heard the man. We have a lot to cover tonight. Big show ahead. Let's see. We have to talk about the CFP. College football playoff announcement came out, and I don't know if y'all heard, but there's a lot of controversy around the top four. We'll give our opinions here on that. Plus, as always, we catch up on our Browns and Lions. We talk top five, which there could be a shakeup in our top five. I'm sure you guys have been watching week after week and how we kind of operate with our top five. There's been a little shakeup this week. I don't know if y'all saw that Philly and San Fran game last night, but So we'll share our top five. We'll get into that. Also, we have Joel, Do You Care? We have What to Me. We have trivia. Full show. As always, we are ready to go tonight here on the Academy Sports Show. We live.
Yes, sir. So coming to the stage. It is trivia night. As you know, trivia night always happens at the beginning of every show. So that's why we want you to trigger that bell. That way you get a notification. That way you get in at the beginning of the show. That way you can participate as the field. We are the host. You are the field. Trivia night goes as such. One of the hosts give each other a question. We answer the question, but you, the field, can steal if you get the correct answer in the chat before one of us answers. The caveat is the answer has to be correct, and your answer goes for everybody. So you better make sure you're right. We're up to 1. It is my turn. No Twitter fingers. You can't look nothing up.
Are you ready?
I'm have to be.
Okay. You heard the man. No Twitter fingers, no Google fingers. Keep your hands off your keyboards, off your cell phones. Quit searching. It's about what do you know? We are up 2-1. And we got 3 people in the chat right now, so it could be a quiet night. Might have a little time to get your answer in here because some folks like Kobe and those guys don't always have the courage to jump in. However, let's get it going. All right. So last night, Philadelphia, San Francisco, you had a matchup that took place. The 2 starting quarterbacks, one Jalen Hurts and one said Brock Purdy, come from very different ends of the college football spectrum. Jalen Hurts once a runner-up in the Heisman Trophy race, while Brock Purdy was selected last. He was Mr. Irrelevant in his draft. Currently, right now, there are 9, count them, 9 Heisman Trophy winners actively playing right now in the NFL. 2 of them are running backs and 7 of them are quarterbacks. Can you name 4 active Heisman Trophy quarterbacks currently in the NFL today?
4 active Heisman Trophy candidate or
winners.
Winners. All right. Man, I'm Baker. I think Baker was 1. Okay. He's active. Jameis. Okay. I think Jameis 1. That's 2. Mariota.
Okay.
That's 3. No, Trevor Lawrence. Did Trevor Lawrence win the Heisman? Did Trevor Lawrence win the Heisman? Trevor Lawrence won the Heisman? He went to Clemson. Yeah. Does Jalen Hurts count since you said him already?
Jalen Hurts was a runner-up.
Oh, runner-up. Okay.
So
give Derek a question.
We have a question request. All right, so I'm gonna frame the whole question again so you get the whole full feel of what we're asking you today. All right. Last night in the Philadelphia Eagles game, you had Jalen Hurts, who was a runner-up in the Heisman Trophy conversation, playing against Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant in his draft class. They're currently, according to my information, and I hope I'm not leading you astray, 9 active players in the NFL right now who are Heisman Trophy winners. All right, Heisman Trophy winners. 2 of them are running backs. 7 of them are quarterbacks. Can you name 4 out of the 7? You've given us 3 answers, and you are.
I got 3 in the possible. It's either Trevor Lawrence or Matt Stafford. He's a number 1 pick, but I don't remember that far back if he won it or not. So I guess I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. So Mariota, Jameis Winston. Oh yeah, Kyler. I think I already locked it in. Mariota. Who'd I say? Mariota,
Jameis, Baker, and
Trevor. Yeah, those are my 4. All right. I had already said it. I'm gonna be fair.
All right, so those are your 4. He's locked in with Mariota, Jameis, Trevor, and Baker. Those are the 4 out of 7.
Trevor never won.
Right, so Derek is saying neither. He's naming Kyler. We'll give about 10 more seconds to see if we get someone to answer with their 4.
I'm thinking like quarterbacks. Fields never won it. I'm going to try and go by division.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell. We have no answer on the board from the field.
Okay.
All right, so let's run off this. Here's your list of active players in the NFL. I'll start with the running backs that are Heisman Trophy winners. Devonta belongs to wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, 2020. Derrick Henry, 2015, as a running back. The rest of your quarterbacks. So you did name Baker, 2017 Heisman Trophy winner. Jameis, Heisman Trophy winner. Marcus, Heisman Trophy winner. However, Trevor finished second.
Ah,
All right. Your remaining Heisman Trophy winners. I was surprised on this one. Kyler, 2018.
yeah, not at top of the mind.
Lamar, 2016.
Yeah, that not on top of the mind.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burr. Yeah, that's probably one I should have got.
Joe Burrow. That's the one I thought you were really going to go with. Was Joe Burrow.
Yep, I should have got that one.
And Mr. Small Guy himself, whose offensive line is bigger than him, currently playing for the Carolina Panthers.
I would have now. I don't pay attention to him. Small man.
Small man out of Alabama.
My man Rex Ryan said there's short quarterbacks and then there's small people. He's a small person.
Bryce Young, my guy. Bryce Young.
He said Kyler's short. Bryce is small.
Yes. Yep. So there you go. So, yep. Bryce, Marcus, Jameis, Joe, Baker, Lamar, and Kyler.
I ripped off those first three pretty good, I think.
Yeah, actually, you went Jameis and Marcus. That actually surprised me that you went with the older guys first. Because the funny thing was, I was actually going to say I was going to leave those two out because they were not currently well. Jameis is currently starting, but they're two backups on the teams. They're on technically. But yeah, you went Jameis and Marcus. You reached back and got those two. I figured you would grab Joe Burrow though.
Yeah, I was trying to think current. And all these old dudes kept popping to my head. I'm like, Stafford? Because at first I started thinking number one overall quarterbacks. So then I was like, I don't know. And then stupid Baker was in my head because of you. And then I was thinking the first thing right too is debate. Yeah, I should have said Joe Burrow. I totally forgot. Like Kyler hasn't been playing. Joe Burrow got hurt. I don't watch the small man in Carolina. So if you would have answered, Kobe, you would have won.
Yeah, you would have won.
But the score remains the same. I did not get the answer correct. So no points have been given. Hopefully, we see you all next week early in the show. Make sure you go on to YouTube, type in Academy Sports Show. Do it right now. Type it in, Academy Sports Show. Find our logo. Click that. Yep. Press subscribe. And then that little bell right there. Make sure you hit that. That way you get a notification every time we go live. That way you know when to be here, whether it's 7 or 7:30 on a Monday. And that way you can be here at the beginning of the show for trivia night. So be there or be square, because sometimes the Facebook be tripping on notifications. Next up, what to meme? First one's up. Start, bench, cut. 3 quarterbacks having 3 MVP seasons. Dakota Prescott, Jalen Hurts, or Lamar Jackson.
I mean, current state. This current state and how they're playing makes this somewhat tough. Historically, though, I think when I go historical data, I'm going start Jalen Hurts. I'm benching Lamar Jackson, and I'm cutting Dak Prescott.
Bye-bye, Dakota.
Bye-bye, Dakota.
Bye-bye, Dakota. I'm keeping that same thing. Starting Jalen Hurts, benching Lamar, and getting rid of Dakota.
Oh, you're starting Lamar.
AP's not here for the Lamar slander.
You started Lamar. Started Lamar. I don't trust. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Hey, big matchup this week.
Yeah, they got a big matchup this week. That's too easy. How they're currently playing? That's my same answer. Dak is throwing 400 yards on teams that are horrible. Although my top 5 is going to suggest that they're, but that's also because of what other teams are doing. Jalen and him just got mollywopped by San Francisco last night, but until then, he's probably been one of the top, if not the best quarterback in the league for the last 2 years, and currently this year. And then Lamar's having a good season. He's actually standing in the pocket and throwing the ball.
He's actually not hurt.
Yeah, and he's staying healthy.
He's usually hurt by now. All right, next up. I'm a test. Is there enough old heads in here? Let's test this theory.
Oh my God!
Does Mike always
win?
What are you
doing?
Does Mike always win? You know I gotta throw one of these in here.
But what
y'all always pick Mike? Let's see if he wins this thread as well. Who's winning this tournament? Break down the bracket.
Why? This is a slanted bracket, sir. This is purposely set up to. Did you make this?
I did not make this. This is a FanDuel bracket.
Who would ever bet? Look at the teams. Why is Bane on this? I'm not doing this.
Why is Bane?
One of these things is not like the other, my guy. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, listen, man. Hall of Famer, 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 Hall of Famer. Desmond Bane.
This is, and you know what? I mean, listen.
And still do it. Do it. See,
I'm doing it. Because I am. And I'm always going to do it.
Still do it.
MJ's winning. His team's winning. Team C's winning.
Y'all whack. Y'all are whack.
This is stupid to even. Who made the come really? Like there's one current player in the league right now that you're putting on each team, but you put Desmond Bane on. This is straight up MJ slander. Whoever created this.
No, it's for people like you who pick MJ no matter what.
It's for
they're testing the theory.
The people currently in the game
testing the theory.
MJ.
They're testing the theory.
I sent you enough videos on Instagram of everybody saying what this really is. There's no debate.
I'm testing your bias to see if you would pick him over everybody, no matter what.
No need to text my bias. Nobody's like Pringle just said, nobody's stopping Shaq and nobody's stopping MJ. So we don't even need Desmond Bane.
Bias.
Stand in the corner and shoot.
Let's go, LeBron.
Iverson and Joker and LeBron. Watch how you use those words around here, boy.
Ooh, spicy. One gotta go. OG. ESPN shows. Partner interruption. Around the horn. First take.
Is this a real thing?
Hey, I just made something up for the show.
Because the 5 to 7 hour of ESPN is horrible.
Well, this is OG. This is 10 years ago.
Oh, this is the wait. So but the bottom two are still going though.
Yeah, but this is when Max was there, not Stat.
Oh, that is Max Keller.
Yeah, and this when Skip and the other dude was on First Take, not Molly and Max.
Oh yeah, that version of First Take definitely would go. That version of First Take was horrible.
And then
then
Wilbon and my man looked the same 10, 15 years.
Both of their faces are just like a little longer from age, but yeah, because I actually the PTI show is straight sometimes, but I can't get with the game show even with the new dude. So I would definitely get rid of one of those now. But if this was the old school versions, yeah, that old school First Take was horrible.
Old school First Take was horrible.
I don't even remember it was that bad.
The early cold pizza in the First Take.
Yeah, jeez. Dang, that yeah. Ooh, who was the first female host of that show before Molly? Wasn't it old girl who ended up moving over to Fox?
Yeah, it was the other black girl.
It
Carrie
wasn't Joy.
Champion.
Oh,
Carrie
that's right.
Champion
That's right.
was the first female host
Gotcha.
after
I
he
thought
left.
I thought Joy. what's her name? Taylor, is it?
Nah,
I thought she was on ESPN at one point. Moved over to Fox.
yeah, it was Carrie for a while.
Yeah, that old first take got to go.
You don't like old First Take?
No.
Okay, I guess. Yeah.
The game show.
Uh,
The game show would
they,
go next. All of
they
these would.
horrible. You said all of them were horrible.
All of them would go at some point for me. I'll be honest with you.
I remember coming home from school and my dad watching these and just sleeping through all of them. And there was one TV and I had to leave it on. So I had to watch Partner Interruption at 4:30 and Around the Horn at 4 just to get to Sports Center.
For good answers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Stop
All right, well, it looks like First Take got to go, apparently. Dang, I thought OG First Take would get some points. You don't even like him when he was doing Tim Tebow every single day?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I think this is, I don't know. Skip too far yet. Oh, that was it. All right. That was what the meme. You got a meme? Send it to us. Let's get to the bread that is buttered. Let's get to the college football playoff. So, Michigan won, which nobody really doubted that. But everybody else winning, there was, hey, listen, Oregon lost, Georgia lost. Some big losses created this foursome. And some people believe that Florida State should be in there, seeing that they are a undefeated team instead of Alabama. How do you feel? What was your reaction when you heard the news that it would be Michigan taking on Alabama?
I took a pause for a second. You gotta let that sink in because if you've been around this game long enough, you feel something when the name Alabama comes up. I mean,
Alabama.
The history that we have against them is not very good. Played them one time and they handed it to us. But the initial question, why not FSU? Shock? No. Everybody that I talked to, everybody that asked, everybody want to talk it through. I said it very simply. I said, what we're going to find out is does the CFP have courage to leave the SEC out? That is an absolute no. And if you listen to what everybody's been saying all day, outside of a couple of folks, this was about money. At the end of the day, you ain't leaving the SEC out of the CFP. And everybody knows Michigan versus FSU would have been ugly because we would have beat them and probably handily. FSU is not the same team. I don't care what anybody says. They're not the same team. I know we hate the criteria and we hate the idea that they left out their quarterback and all of that. It's not the same team. It's not even that. So it's two different debates. Like we can debate that probably, and that debate everybody agrees on. It's just a debate on whether or not people think that they deserve to be there over Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So strength of schedule goes to FSU. No, I'm sorry. Strength of schedule goes to Alabama, but this other metric they use of like when something about their schedule goes to FSU. They're like number 3 and Alabama's number 4. At the end of the day, people, this is about money. That's all it is.
At the end of the day,
this is about that dollar. More money is going to go to Michigan versus Bama than it will to Michigan versus FSU. If that's the case, Georgia should be in over Washington, Texas. That's a valid argument, AP. I agree with you. Here's where I would challenge that, because how do you put Georgia in over Texas, who beat Alabama, who beat Georgia? And I know it, and can we talk about it outside of the fact that it happened in week 2? Because if that's the case, it's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was cool to put people on your schedule, and we would knock we'll knock the SEC for playing game 9 against Our Lady of the Saints Church down the street while we're in the middle of our Big Ten season playing real teams. But then they'll knock us for playing Bowling Green and Toledo on the front end while Texas goes and plays Alabama. So they still do play that soft little puff game the week before their rivalry game, but Texas beat Alabama in Alabama. So how does Georgia get in over Texas if Texas beat Alabama and Alabama's it? You can't put Georgia in. Can you put Georgia in over Washington? No. Washington beat Oregon twice. Washington beat a really tough, at the time, Utah team. Washington beat Arizona. They actually had a competitive conference this year. No defense, but it's pretty competitive. So Washington had a tough schedule as well. So I'm not surprised Georgia got left out. Let's put it like that.
Do you agree with the narrative that since Florida State's quarterback got hurt and the other quarterback got hurt, that they are a different team to be evaluated to be a part of the top 4, and that's why they weren't put in for competition reasons?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it because it's a rule. I mean, here's the thing: we are like crazy if we believe that they put that rule in place for the sake of competition. I'll go back to it again. That rule got put into place for the sake of money.
Gotcha.
So if FSU doesn't lose his quarterback, guess what? Oh, yeah, Washington did beat the Trojans, too. Soften that. The Trojans really don't have any defense. Like, the Pac-12 doesn't have defense, and then there's USC. However, but if your quarterback at FSU doesn't get hurt, Alabama doesn't get in, and the SEC is left out.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out. I agree. Texas is in because they beat Alabama. Georgia would fall. You might even argue that Texas may not have gotten in, and they would have dropped Georgia to 4 and moved FSU up to 3 if they still had their starting quarterback. So I think there's a way for then Georgia to get in. But if Florida State doesn't lose a quarterback, they don't get it. I mean, they get it because they go 13-0 and they have their starter. They'd have Jordan Travis.
Okay. Because what I heard all this morning from most people on ESPN is the committee's horrible. The committee doesn't know what they're doing. The committee ruined college football. It's a bunch of people that don't know what they're talking about.
It depends on who you listen to on ESPN. Greeny went nuts this morning. Greeny went off. He was upset. Florida State should be in. And like I said, he used the stats. But then if you listen to Herb Street, he was like, no, I agree with it. Of course, Feinbaum, he's an SEC hack. He agrees. I agree. ESPN is a little slanted to me. And then there's Stephen A. with his, man, Greeny, if you're upset, you should blame Michigan because they got in because of the scandal. They shouldn't even be in, or blame them because last year TCU beat them. So now people are paying for the sins of TCU because TCU ended up getting rocked in the final. Okay. So it depends on who you listen to. That's a bunch of the narrative. Here's the thing that pissed me off last night. So I showed the video of when Michigan finds out they're playing Alabama, and everybody in the comments, they're scared. Oh, did you hear that groan? Oh, they're scared. Now, Derek said it a second ago. He said, committee got it right. Terrible draw for Michigan. Let's talk about that. While I agree it's a terrible draw in name, I'm actually with AP on this. I think Michigan's going to win this game. And that's not Homer talking. And we have time to break this game down. But just early reaction, I think Michigan wins this game, and here's why. Early reaction, here, brief, and we'll come back to this. what you saw Alabama do to Georgia didn't surprise me. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think Georgia is the same Georgia from the last 2 years. This year, you can run the ball on Georgia, and it's hard to be that. Georgia has put a ton of players in the NFL in the last 2 years, like Michigan has. That Georgia team has been ran on like that in 3 years. That Alabama team is hot at the right time. Georgia came in limping. Georgia's run defense isn't as good. And Alabama, I feel like outplayed them. I think that game, if you played it 10 times, each team will go 5-5. So early response, I don't like the draw because it's Alabama and everybody's feeling like, oh, it's Alabama. I think Michigan's built to win this game. Last, I'll say this. Stop with the Michigan struggling right now narrative. Stop, people. Iowa's defense is legit, number one. Everybody's like, oh, Penn State beat them 31-10. That score at halftime was 10-10. 10-10. That score at halftime was 10-10. Then the final score of that was 31-10. Michigan won 26-0. I mean, 26-0. We were up 10-0. Lastly, I'll say this. The roster's injured. They need a month. JJ bad ankle. Will Johnson didn't play. The center is hurt. You know Zach Zinner's out. They are a banged up football team because they played a brutal last month of their schedule. That team's going to be healthy. I think we beat Alabama. That's the early response. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. FSU did not get screwed over. It's supposed to be the best 4 teams today. Team that got screwed is Georgia. I think 4 teams that beat them. Mistake for football in the series of 10 games, 5-5. So I just said that, right? 5-5. Hey, this is probably going to be close to being reenacted with Georgia TCE. So this is interesting. I would only throw this out there, Chad. Your argument is FSU didn't get screwed because it's supposed to be the 4 best teams today. But your argument for why Georgia got screwed is mainly based off of what they've done the last 2 years. I feel like we're straddling the fence there. I get they were 2-time defending champs. But they have not looked like Georgia this year. And you can go back and say, look at the team. Who do they play? Yes, they played in the vaunted SEC. I hear you. But it was just last week. They were in a game with Georgia Tech. Just saying, they haven't come out and looked dominant. There are a lot of people who will argue right now that Michigan should have been the number 1 seed a long time ago. Everybody kept giving it to Georgia because, they're undefeated. I agree. There aren't 4 teams that will beat them. Okay. Not 4 teams that will beat Georgia. Okay. I agree. Washington. But I think Texas, Michigan, and Alabama already proved it. But I think Texas and Michigan definitely would have beat Georgia if they were in. Washington, I think, is your suspect because their defense is horrible. Pac-12 defense is horrible. FSU defense is real, though. I just don't think without Jordan Travis, that FSU team is not the same. You could argue Georgia should be in here. Nah. No. So that's a good one. And we got a little going here. Let's see. We got a little going here. Deuce's dad 11's in the building. McDaniel James is in the building. Dennis is in the building. What up, though? All right, let's see. Chad said there aren't 4 teams that will beat them, in my opinion. James said JJ's going to throw over 200 yards to be the Tide. His arm doesn't look as sharp as it did earlier. Like I said, I just think they're injured right now. Got to get everybody healthy. Chad says Texas, Bama, possibly Michigan. So, all right. So we agree there's 3 teams, right? I got to a Washington, no defense. I don't think Georgia's the same Georgia. Aaron said, Chad, your argument is terrible and fancy word there. Can't go off of 2 years ago. FSU defense is top tier. Arthur says Michigan should be number 1. I agree. So that you can see this there's probably a couple people in here that we can send the link to, and this would actually turn into the rest of the show. But I think most of us can agree that they got this right. If you want to ride they screwed FSU bandwagon, the question I would have for you is, while their defense is elite, do you really believe they are one of the top 4 teams in the conference, in the college football playoff right now, without their quarterback? If that's a yes for you, I don't know that we would ever come to an agreement there.
Haven't we had a couple first rounders that have been like, man, this is horrible. Let's just get to the championship game because one team is blowing out another team?
Well, I mean, that's kind of it's what's happened, right? I mean, last year Michigan screwed the pooch because they were supposed to beat TCU and they didn't, right? They were the 2 seed. They were supposed to beat TCU and they were supposed to beat Georgia in the final. So you screwed up last year with that. A lot of, there's that one argument. TCU screwed it for everybody. But a lot of times that 4 seed has been the weakest. This is by far the strongest CFP field we've ever had in the 10 years of this being in existence. Now, here's the caveat. Aaron's he's right. AP is right with me. Is last year's games were actually good until you got to the final, and you saw what happened in the final. So, I think this is the best field. This is the closest that you're going to get to having a situation where if you look at these 4 teams and you put your fandom to the side, who are you picking? And that's the hardest answer you have. Who are you picking? I get it. Washington doesn't have a defense. But guess what, y'all? You don't want to get in a shootout with them because they got 2 legit wide receivers and a legit running back. And obviously the quarterback's going to be up for the Heisman. So I get they don't play D in the Pac-12 or the Big 12, but that's a tough team to play. Texas, that's a pro-style team. They run it really well. Big boys down there. They have speed. They have weapons. And the quarterback is good enough. Alabama, that's where I'm saying, to me, they're the weakest of the 4. Name, recognition, I got it. But this is a team that barely got through the Iron Bowl last week. And honestly, I think they caught Georgia at the right time. And then Michigan, I think, has been the most dominant team all season. Again, no fandom here. Just look at the numbers, look at the defense, look at the offense, look at how they've had to win games, and they've done it in a facet of ways. And don't discount the fact that they haven't had their head coach on the sideline for 6 games. That matters. So if there's a battle-tested team, it's Michigan. So all 4 of these teams can win the national championship. I don't like the Bama draw on name recognition, but early I'll tell you this: I believe Michigan's going to win this game. Now that Washington-Texas game, I don't know. I'm about to watch the tape on that one.
63-62.
Right. And then next year, guess what? We're going to have 10, 12 teams in this playoff. And guess what? It's going to be a debate about the other 4 teams that was left out. It should be a 16-team playoff. Just do it like Division II does it.
March Madness.
Right.
All right. So we won't be picking any hard winners or losers, with scores and stuff like that or game breakdowns, so we get closer to the games.
Last week.
Make sure y'all stay with us.
Yeah, last week of the year. We'll pick them up for that week.
Next up, let's get a hold of our home teams. I'll let you go first, bro. I went first. I went first last time.
I'll be quick. Oh, we're still in the playoff hunt. As a Browns fan, you have to live with these and you have to just accept this. What am I going to be happy from yesterday's debacle? I'm going to be happy with Joe Flacco. That's what I'm going to be happy with. Joe Flacco, straight off the boat, straight out the grocery store, wherever you were. And all of a sudden, we could throw the ball down the field. Who knew? So thanks, Joe. Thanks for coming in and we completed a pass for over 20 yards for the first time in what feels like forever. We weren't just throwing screens and out routes all day with a 5th round quarterback. Besides that, I'm about ready to fire Kevin Stefanski.
Ooh.
Okay? It's either get an offensive coordinator or get him out of here. Because for the same reason.
Injuries.
No, hold on.
Injuries.
Yes. Yep. But for the same reason that I just was a little happy about yesterday is the same reason I have an issue. Here it is. Why all of a sudden can we throw the ball downfield? Why all of a sudden are we play action? Here's my issue. Oh, it's because you had a fifth-round rookie quarterback and you got to play it safe. Oh, that sounds good until we needed a game-winning drive, and all of a sudden he was all worldly and took us into a position to score a game-winning field goal, and we won. But we can't call a game like that for the rest of the game. But now we're aggressive. We go play the Rams. We're throwing throwbacks. We're throwing intermediate digs at 16 and 20 yards. We're throwing bombs. All of a sudden, what's his name? Eli, whatever. Freaking, he looks like an all-star because his best game's ever been with the Jets and Flacco. Is this what's happening? What are we doing, Coach? The play calling. Run the ball, sir. Run the ball. We run it north and south. One of the best rushing attacks in the league. Run the ball. Stop giving up the ball at the 20-yard line and asking your number one defense to keep trying to stop a team. It doesn't work. So we're still in the playoff hunt. We have the easiest of the three schedules remaining in our division. And that's not saying a lot because it's a pretty doggone tough teams on that schedule now that they're playing well. And freaking still in the playoff hunt. But this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to be happy to make the playoffs. Like the Pistons are happy to be in the 8th seed, not this year, obviously. And then all of a sudden, we get bounced in the first round. But hey, we made the playoffs. Good job, Browns.
Straight bullets.
Down.
Straight
Done.
bullets.
Take it away, you lucky freaking Lions.
Maybe Joe and Stefanski had a meeting. Hey, what do you like? I like play action, coach. I like to push. Okay, well, let's do that. I'm sorry. So, forward down the field. Another dub, 9-3. Got a chance to get this number one seed. Now that Philly lost, I feel good with the record. Not quite with the defensive performance the last couple weeks. That has been if before golf was our Achilles heel and our shaky member of this group, the defense is climbing that now. The defense is now a shaky member. Our secondary is playing like absolute garbage. Y'all dusted off Bruce Irvin. I didn't even know about that. I said, I remember him. Y'all dusted off Bruce Irvin, whatever his name is. Had a sack, QB pressure, did a good job. You need to dust off some corners. You need to find some DBs. You need to see if some brothers out there can cover that want to come be a Detroit Lion. Because to be up 21-0, 24-3, whatever it was, and for your final score to be, 33-28? Come on, man. Y'all doing too much. Great turnovers. You got the interception, whatever, but you can't let a team like the Saints, who are extremely limited, who start a guy as Derek Carr, who gets hurt every single week, and Jameis Winston almost got you. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. You got a tough opponent coming up. You got you got the Cowboys coming up in a couple weeks. You got the Minnesota twice. You got to, you need to short this up.
You got Green Bay one more time.
You got to short this up. I don't know what they do defensively. I don't know who they call in, but this is definitely the Achilles heel, and it's gonna piss me off if we be in these games and we lose it because they can't stop a cold, which I got right now because I can't stop a cold. DC, we can't play this in the playoffs versus the big gun. Man, no, we can't. You may be able to survive a round, but once you get to the Phillies and the San Franciscos and Dallases and stuff like that, man, those teams that scout well and play well and have number one offensive weapons and top 5 and top 10 offensive weapons, you're going to have to scheme it up. And I don't know if I trust Aaron Glenn with a scheme versus a top opponent in a crunch situation. I just be completely blunt, completely honest. So now we got to rely on our offense. You got to be healthy. You got to have a two-headed monster running the ball. You got to make sure Jared Goff doesn't throw any interceptions or fumbles the ball. And I'm with you, bro. You gotta give J-Mo more touches. He can't be that guy with 10 catches and 9 touchdowns. Like, let's get him in the offense a little more. And Sam Laporta did a great job. That's a kid that's emerging. He never really had an issue finding a good tight end. He's really talented. He knows his stuff.
Oh,
So
you don't have Green Bay anymore. Okay, my bad. You're right, AP.
I look forward to the offense, but man, defensively, we can't stop nobody. Yeah, that's trade deadline. I wanted them to, man. I definitely wanted them to.
Hey, hot seat. Hey, he should stay standing. There's no seat for him. That brother's
Here's
got
the
to go.
thing, though.
He's got to
Here's
go. I'm going to tell you what your answer is. Play zone. That's your answer. Stop playing man-to-man. What in the world? You don't have any corners.
No.
Stop playing man. But here's the problem. Y'all can't get pressure on the quarterback.
Exactly. It's multiple levels. It's multiple levels. No pressure means they can stand back and deal all day. And they don't blitz. So, I don't know. And then another thing is we're going to lose both coordinators anyway. So you fire Aaron Glenn, and then our OC is going to get a head coaching job this summer. So he's gone. He's probably going to go to the Panthers or whoever. There's going to be so many different coaching vacancies. We was lucky to hold on to him this year. He's gone next year. This is our year to do something. Because Dan Campbell show ain't calling no plays. So this is our year to make a significant leap in the playoffs. We just defensively we got to hold something down. Yeah, they're triple teaming Hutch. I just watched a breakdown. Like they're having a tackle come out on him, bringing a running back to chip him, and bring another running back after that to chip him. If you can block one guy on the line, then you're gravy, because the other 4 guys can't get to you. So it's sad. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fix is defensively. They should have made a lot of moves during the trade deadline. But I think that's they pride themselves on, the locker room and trusting their guys and all that stuff. But you also got to evaluate your roster and know that you need help, especially when Gardner went down, that safety that you brought in from Philly. Especially when he went down. Tracy Walker, great guy, been in line for a long time, has been making plays since Gardner went down, but you need that. Sutton's playing bad. Your corner play is bad. Like I was saying last week, your linebackers can't cover. And it was so bad that Malcolm Rodriguez became a fullback. That's how bad that brother couldn't cover nobody. He was just trying to get on the field. So that's my Lions breakdown. We good?
Oh yeah, there's nothing else to say about the Browns.
All right. Let's play. Joe, do you care? All right, ready?
Yep.
Joe, do you care that the Pistons suck? Absolutely, positively, the worst team in the mother freaking NBA. All the hype, all the youngins, highest paid coach at the time, didn't win not one game in November, sitting at 2-18, messing around on playing on my phone every Pistons game.
Hey, yours too? Stop calling me.
They call and text me all the time, telling me to come get these doggone tickets. I said, ma'am, leave me alone. Okay? Stop calling me. Okay, Bleacher Report sending messages to my phone talking about the line. The Pistons are up at halftime. 2 hours later, the Pistons lost every single game. Joel, do you care?
Hey man, y'all know I'm the ultimate troll. This is an 8 for me. I absolutely care. I absolutely care. Because I told you when they drafted this guy right here, why were y'all so excited? They did not draft a guy. They drafted another player at number 1 who could have been, who was just a basic player.
Oof.
I told y'all Cade wasn't the future.
I said the same thing, to be honest with
Yep.
you.
Killed him for this. And here we are. No, this is an 8 for me. Where are you Pistons fans at now? I'm sorry, Deuce's dad. I know you love the Pistons. AP, I know you love the Pistons. Y'all should, man. You're from here. But this is, yeah, I'm trolling. I told y'all this team wasn't going to be any good. They got young dogs, and I feel bad because now I'm wondering, dang, Monty, what you doing, bro? Because I was rooting for you in Phoenix. They pay you all this money. You can't get these young kids to play together. Can't get these young kids to win some games. And yes, I'm with Dre. Pistons sales team, please stop calling my phone. I talked to the lady the other day. Do you plan on making it? No. Do you come down? Do you usually come down for the Pistons or the opponent? If I can, it'll be for the opponent for sure.
How many games did you go to last year? Did you enjoy your experience? No, leave me alone. I'm poor. I don't watch TV. My dad, I was talking to my dad yesterday. He was like, it looked like they don't even like Monty. He be trying to talk to him, but they just walk past him on the bench. They was like, they don't show him no respect.
He about to get the Jimbo Fisher. That's what he about to get. Watch. He gonna get the Jimbo Fisher.
Monty
They gonna put him and just pay him the rest of his contract.
Monty done lost it.
Already. Hey, this is an 8 for me. Stamp it, baby.
Stamp it.
Trolling.
All right. Joel, do you care? Roger Goodell wants to get rid of the tush push.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. And, you know, this is a 3 for me. Care a little bit. It's actually interesting because the more you watch, you're like, dang, they really can't stop this at all. And here's the thing, though. The thing that I think makes this like kind of annoying that the front office is really doing this. Here's why. No other team can do this.
Not like them.
What's the secret sauce to this? To the tush push? Like
my man on the Lions call, he was like, it works for Philly because Jalen Hurts can squat a team.
Got you. Okay. I'm like trying to figure out what makes this interesting. Like I saw Green Bay did it last night. They called it the love push on the broadcast. But like, what in the world? Like,
I've seen multiple fakes out of it. I've seen speed outs out of it. I've seen jets out of it. I've seen the fake, pull out dumps. I've seen multiple different fakes out of it.
Yep.
But I mean, to ban it because one team does it well, it's kind of messed up.
It is kind of dumb. But hey, FSU didn't make the CFP, so you never know.
Good callback. That's good comedic timing right there.
Right. My dad gonna text me the other day. Listen, my dad texted me Saturday, right? And goes, "Are you at the Cavs Pistons game?" Bro, it's Michigan versus Iowa. Who's going to the Pistons game for Michigan versus Iowa? Like, yeah, no. But didn't say, can we at least rename it? Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, it's just amazing that only Philadelphia can really do this. You haven't even really seen a team line up and try, but you're right. I don't see Tua being successful with this.
I think we watched Tennessee try, And Levis was just like, like they just pushed him off to the side. They didn't get the first down. I've seen multiple people not get the first down off of it.
Wow. That's crazy.
All right. So what number was that? 3?
3. The Pistons being horrible is winning today.
Joe, do you care? Shaq Leonard signs with the Eagles.
The rich keep getting richer. This is a 0 for me. The rich keep getting richer. Yeah, this
is James Harden level of
James
uncaring.
Yeah, because this was so. Here's the thing with this whole Shaq Leonard thing, right? He got cut while he was being a great citizen, right? He was like doing charity, and he got cut like while he was out doing charity. Then he still shows up to the game and sits in the booth, and they gave him a standing ovation. Then he went on a tour with Philly and Dallas, and he picked Philly over Dallas. I mean, that's it. And here's the thing. Is this about to be like a shell of Shaq Leonard, or is he going to really make a difference? So it's more of a story, I think, because people want to make it huge because of how he got cut. He was such a great guy. He was a captain of the defense. Such a great guy in Indianapolis, and you cut him while he was doing the Lord's work in the community.
The Lord's work.
Well, so this is Harden-esque for me. Okay. The Pistons are really
he's the only person I know that can go from Darius to Shaquille and nobody cared. So, you know. How did this just pop up being Shaq? What happened? What happened? Your name Darius.
I had a moment too because I had to think like, hey, wasn't there a guy on this?
Where did Darius go?
Is this government? Is it like Darius Shaquille Leonard?
I don't know, but he just wanted to be Shaq one day, and everybody was like, "Okay."
Did it say
where did Darius go? He Sharif Abdul Rahim to everybody. He just turned himself into Shaq.
Oh man.
Do you care where Shohei Ohtani signs? You're a baseball guy.
As a baseball aficionado, this is a 9 for me because he is a game changer for a team because he can do both pitch and swing the bat. I wonder though how long he's going to continue to do both. Yeah, as a baseball aficionado, yes, this is a 9 for me. This is a big deal. Surprising that the Angels could not hold him. Maybe the first guy to come over from the Far East to actually care about winning and not about just playing. So it's going to be interesting what happens here. Yeah, his contract's going to be stupid. But guess where he's not going? He's not coming to the Guardians or the Tigers. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, he wants somewhere where he can compete.
Yeah, and somewhere who can afford him. Unfortunately, revenue sharing is not a thing in Major League Baseball.
All right, last one, Joel. So we got a lot today. Do you care? Not about your top 5, but did I miss one?
Oh, looks like that was it.
Can I move it? Oh, there it is.
Oh. Is this the friggin' is this the thing again?
The play-in tournament trophies?
0.
Do you care?
I don't even care about who's in the tournament. I saw the quarter they were on ESPN going quarterfinals. You have this match. I was like, this is dumb. This is stupid. Look at these trophies. What are these trophies? Awarded to the champion of their inaugural season tournament. Each player of the championship winning team gets this medal. Here's the new NBA Cup. Tournament MVP and tournament models as alternate trophies. And the end of the season tournament, the 5 players selected to the alternate team.
They get a ball. They get a glass ball.
They're killing me with this. This is dumb.
You get a black crystal ball.
Man, you NBA guys. Come on, man. Sell me on this. So we should have a debate show. We're gonna have a debate show coming up. Where the whole show, we're just gonna throw out topics.
I would love that new format.
And we're gonna send you guys, and we're gonna send a link, and we're gonna say who wants to jump in and debate. The tickets in Vegas are. I bet they are, Dennis. This is dumb. I'm sorry. This is Harden-esque zero. Harden is the definition of zero in this segment of Joel. Do you care? He is my lowest point. Anything Harden and Jason Tatum is zero for me. All right. So this goes down there with them. Put this. I do not care. This is stupid.
It's a good-looking trophy, man.
Which one? The champion of the inaugural season tournament gets that on the left, and then the cup is the one that.
The cup is for the team.
The team.
And then the basketball without the ball is the MVP trophy. And then the team gets a medal. And then if you were one of the 5 top performers during the tourney, you get a black crystal ball.
Dad don't care. It's a revenue generator. But for what though? Like, this is what I understand. Okay, we're generating revenue with advertising. I get it. But these are basketball games that people were going to anyway. Yeah, the winning team gets $500K per player. That's what this. Oh God, this is so stupid. -0.
-0. Okay. All right. Well, that was Do You Care? I like that one. It got a little emotion.
I have a request.
Yeah.
Don't put the NBA in-season tournament in the Joel Do You Care segment anymore.
No more?
Because I know what's going to happen. When they crown the champion, it's going to be back in the Do You Care segment. I'm going to go crazy again. This is stupid.
That's funny. All right, Joel, break down your top 5.
My top 5 last week was Eagles, KC, 49ers, Cowboys, Ravens. This week, coming in at number 5, the Lions returned to my top 5. They were number 6 last week. Good win in New Orleans. Well, no.
I'll win.
Win in New Orleans. Up 21-0. Don't like how that one turned, how they all finished it. We already talked about it, though. Their Achilles heel is going to be that defensive secondary. I would be scared if I'm a Lions fan. But number 5 right now to me is a good spot for you. Baltimore number 4. I think they just naturally have moved back in. Again, you're one of the top teams in the AFC. It's going to be interesting how they finish the season with. They got some division games, so it's gonna be interesting. They got a tough schedule coming up. Philly got mollywopped. Philly got it with no Vaseline on the side of the barn. Philly got it last night. What a game by the 49ers. However, I am not going to be jumping on this whole they're finished bandwagon. They come in at number 3 because they're friggin' 10-2. Okay. And they just got beat by San Fran in the regular season. Gives them great juice for what could possibly be an NFC Championship game rematch. There was a lot of juice in this game for San Fran. Philly, to me, also just looked a little bit emotionally drained last night. They've had a few, really big-time wins. That Buffalo win, you have to exert a lot of energy. I don't know. Something about them looked a little off to me. But at the end of the day, that team's a really good football team still. And they just got Darius Shaquille Leonard. Dallas comes in at number 2. I was tempted to swap Philly and San Fran and be controversial about this, even though because San Fran really put it on Philly. Because to your point last week, I had Dallas in my top 5 coming in. So I had to raise them this week because they were at 4 last week. And, hey, they won again. But I went back and looked at their schedule too, bro. It's horrible. It's bad. They haven't beaten anybody. But I think just by default, they're up there. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. They're winning them by big numbers. And then how could you argue San Fran is where they are? San Fran is kicking right now. I mean, they got all their guys. Did you see that last play to Debo, bro? I don't know if anybody saw this. Go back and watch that last play to Debo, how they threw that screen. Everybody on the offensive line, except for the backside tight end, was out in front blocking. I don't think I've seen a screen like that. Their whole offensive line.
They wanted smoke that day, bro.
They killed Philadelphia. But that's going to make for an interesting rematch coming up in the playoffs. I won't claim which level of the playoffs that'll be. I don't want you Lions fans getting all upset. But still, right now, I think San Fran and Philly are still the two best teams in the NFC. One other team that I didn't mention that I wanted to maybe put a little sticker with and tie them with Kansas City is Miami, but I went and looked at their schedule. Piss poor, too. They've beaten up on everybody. So, hey, listen. Dennis, you guys stop thinking about the 1 seed, man. Stop. Okay.
Don't let him talk to you like that, DC. You believe. You believe. Amen. We believe.
All right. That's my top 5.
All right.
We'll save that for a debate show. You listen, home field isn't going to help you if you can't cover anybody. It's not going to help you. You can't cover them at home. You can't cover them where you're going.
You never know. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. What kind of cadence is that? So last week I went Philly Lions, KC Niners Browns. This week, San Francisco is clear-cut number 1 team. I moved Baltimore up, even though they had a bye. Didn't want to drop them. I put Philly at number 3 because right now, after what I saw from Philly, I was like, maybe Baltimore can get them if they actually play head-to-head. And then I think I got Lions at 4. I got KC at 5 just because Lions beat KC already. And then I left Jacksonville as my little sneak 6 because Jacksonville's still playing right now. And I was with you too. Like I was really looking at Miami. Like 9-win team in the AFC. Like I want to get them on here. Lions did not have an impressive win. KC had a bad loss against the Green Bay. I could have moved Jacksonville up right now, but I wanted them to get this win first tonight that they're supposed to get against Cincinnati and see how that goes. But I don't know. Because, like, just watching this Lions defense, it's like, man, if they play Miami, could they beat Miami? Will Tyreek Hill have 300 yards receiving? Because they can't cover a soul. So I might switch some stuff up next week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we definitely got some good matchups coming next week, especially with the Philly and Dallas game coming up. Dallas has a chance to move up into the top 5 because that would be a really credible win. And then we'll see what Philly ends up after that. So got some good matchups and good games coming up soon.
Yeah, so I still think the only thing about your top 5 that I think is interesting is, although they haven't played anybody, where is Dallas? They're 7, 8 in your mind? Just because of the schedule? Like,
yeah, I don't trust it, bro. I don't trust it at all. My gut's telling me no. Remember you killed me? What was it, last year or 2 years ago? I had Dallas in my top 5. We know who they are. They're not going to be any good.
They didn't look like this, though. They didn't look like this.
They got cracked, and you was like, told you.
Yeah, that's true. But they did not look like this. That's the only reason why I keep trying to I'm letting them hang around, because I know the Dallas of the past, right? It was a lot of picks with Dak. Their defense was always supposed to be so vaunted, but they would just that was a year I think Odell and them and Baker and them went down there and killed them. But hey, man, this team, like I said, they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat, and it's a soft schedule. Miami's schedule is even worse. But I don't know. It feels like they're a different team, but we will see come here into the season. Going into the playoffs, I'm definitely leaving it open to change my tune because there are some tough games coming up in the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season for all these teams. So, especially the NFC, man. Lions still got to play the Cowboys. Philly plays the Cowboys. You still got some games where we're going to find out some stuff about some teams. So, it's going to be fun, like it always is.
It looks like Jamar Chase got his 6 points that I needed. So, here you go, Kobe. There you go, Kobe. Hold that. Still on. Still on Kobe?
Oh gosh.
Hold that. Go ahead, hold that, Kobe. You know, thought you could hang with the big dogs. Huh? Go ahead, hold that L.
Come on, Jacksonville. Kick some field goals. Don't score any touchdowns. Let's go.
Go ahead, hold that L, Kobe. Ooh. Other than that, man, do we got any other news and notes?
That's it.
Other than LeBron being called a little ass boy.
Watch how you use those words, man. You got boys. You got boys on your team too. All right. Don't use that word so loosely.
That was. He said, "What you gonna do? What you walking up on me for? You ain't gonna do nothing." He got too much Dylan Brooks at practice. It just all that light skin just went to their heads.
Hey man, you know what we would never see? We ain't gonna never see MJ doing that with no coach. But your boy LeBron gotta always,
My boy LeBron. Did LeBron say anything to him though? Like, I mean, he just say, bro, you just chill out.
Why you talk to the coach?
Because I can, because I'm LeBron James. The face that runs the place. Nah, I mean. All right, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything Academy Sports Show. Especially YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on there and make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, whether it be 7 or 7:30. It will be a Monday night. We appreciate everybody joining us. Artest, jeez. We appreciate everybody joining us for this week's show. Look forward to seeing you on next week's show. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Hey, be on the lookout, man. We might do a debate show. Y'all get ready, man. We're going to send out the links, man. Y'all got to be ready to jump on the show and debate. We're going to come up with some topics. This just popped in my head. So we're going to end up doing that at some point. Or maybe we'll wrap the year at some point. But appreciate all the support. See you guys next week. 7 o'clock or 7:30. You heard the man.
Adios.